New York City, where the stars are as much a part of the city as the skyline, where dreams and illusion are intertwined. For Anika Bollmann, New York is the cultural capital of the world. She came here from Germany just 4 weeks ago. It's a bold move, but Anika's dream is to make it on Broadway, ideally with a role in Phantom of the Opera.
Give
me 2 years and I'll be up there, she says. It all started when I was 4.
Mit 4 Jahren. Yeah.
We've come to New York to find Germans who are living the American dream. What drives them? What hurdles do they have to overcome? Anika's mother took her to Phantom of the Opera when she was 4 years old. And the budding singer fell in love with the story of the choir girl who became an opera star.
Die Geschichte hat mich gefesselt, als ich 4 Jahre.
She says the story captivated her when she first saw it. The music, the whole production moved her. She wanted to be like Christine, to be a singer. Now she says she's closer to her goal.
Jetzt bin ich ja schon mal ein ganzes Stück näher dran.
Anika wants to make it big, just like her favorite musical protagonist. But the 25-year-old will only be able to stay in New York with a work visa. And for that, she'll need a contract with a music producer. Anika makes ends meet with occasional performances in restaurants. Photos of American stars have a special place in many New York bars. Anika has some experience. She had dozens of gigs back in Germany after finishing her dance and vocal performance degree. Here, the pressure is really on to look her best. I hope no one looks at my feet, she says. I've got a stain, but there's no time for that now. Looking good is part of the job. Anika can never be sure who will be in the audience. There might just be someone who can give her her big break.
Ready to rock.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Good.
You're going to be great, Anika.
Thank you.
You're already a star.
A few encouraging words from the pianist, and then she gives it her all, even if the audience could be bigger.
I found a dream that I could speak to, a dream that I can call my own. I found a thrill.
We'll check back in with Anika in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, we're off to Brooklyn. Right next to Manhattan, it's a sort of big city within the big city. Popular with many who can't afford the astronomical rents in Manhattan. One of them is entrepreneur Bernard Mehl. He's agreed to show us his company Kisi. It's the brainchild of Bernard Mehl and his former university buddies from Munich. Their product turns normal cell phones into digital house keys. The keys can also be sent by phone. He tells me that their product lets people use cell phones to open doors and that they can send their keys electronically to everyone who comes to visit. Bernard hopes his idea will help him take over the American market. That's why he and his co-founders made the move to New York earlier in the year. For now, they're working out of this apartment for a few weeks, rent-free. The actual tenant is a friend of Bernard who's out of town. At the moment, they're living off the $35,000 in prize money that they won with their business idea in New York.
Great to see you. How are you? Come in. Great to see you again.
Siri Swaminathan is a business coach who helps young entrepreneurs as part of a mentoring program offered by the city government designed to help fledgling companies cut through red tape. Today, Bernard is showing the coach the latest changes they've made to his app.
Firstly, they had a great business idea for New York City. They identified a problem, which is accessing buildings, that is really a big problem in New York City. The second thing is they had a great vision for where they wanted to take the company.
Kisi may someday help thousands of New Yorkers get into their offices. For now, the company is still looking for an affordable office of its own. The next day, 27-year-old Bernard is off to an important meeting. He's going to install one of Kisi's systems in a New York office. The local electrician takes care of the technical aspects. Bernard says this is the first of Kisi's devices to be installed in New York, and they hope it'll work.
The password of the wireless. Then
But something isn't quite right. The Kisi device doesn't seem to work.
Yeah, by blinking. It's like that's what we do. That's the configuration, right?
The electrician can't find the problem. A setback with their very first customer. If they fail here, the Kisi crew's American dream might end before it even begins. Bernard says the device didn't work as they had hoped. Now they'll have to come back next week and install another relay. It's up to the young inventor to do damage control. He tries to explain the glitch to the customer.
But then it didn't, I think it didn't accept it, or it couldn't read the password or whatever.
I'll pay him another visit in a couple of weeks to see if he has his product up and running.
QR code from Max's iPhone.
First, let's check in to see how our singer Anika is getting along. She's met with producers almost every day, played gigs and practiced her networking skills, but still no contract. To keep her spirits up, Anika takes long walks through her dream city. She loves the excitement that New York has brought into her life. The road to her Broadway dream is long, she says, so she's ready to make some compromises. She says until then she will definitely stay in America and do something in the arts. It could be acting or singing in a nightclub, a cabaret or on Broadway, as long as she's on stage, acting, singing or both. Of course she misses her friends and family in Germany. I ask her why she's so determined to stay. She tells me it's the people and their passion for music. She says she's not ready to give that up. On her walks through New York, she meets people who have seen their dreams fade away. Almost 50 million people in the US are dependent on food stamps. Anika doesn't want to think about what will happen if she doesn't realize her dreams of becoming a Broadway star. She's determined to make a name for herself in New York. For her auditions, she needs a headshot.
And now come closer, come outward.
Rudolf von Dommeler is here to help her with that. He's a New York-based star photographer and a friend of her mother. He's worked with the likes of Heidi Klum and Kate Moss. I asked if she enjoyed the shoot. Of course, she says. It's especially fun working with someone who's so great at what they do and who gives you good feedback. Also, when you notice that the person you're working with is having fun too. The photographer's glad to help out young people, even at the beginning of their careers.
Very nice. It's always good to help, of course, if you can. And if you can help somebody doing something good and fulfill their dreams, that's a beautiful thing because you become part of their dreams. Okay, good.
Rudolf's words give Anika encouragement to pursue her dream of Broadway fame. Bernard Mel is also confident when I meet him again. He's gotten the bugs worked out of his app and even has his first customers. I ask him about his plans. I want to stay here, he says, because if I make it here, then I can make it in Germany too. That doesn't really apply the other way around. New York, in Bernard Mel's eyes, is the hardest market in the world. But he's not ready to close the door on Germany. He might be able to bring Kisi back home once the company is firmly established. A couple of days later, I meet Anika in an upscale restaurant. She's nervous. Today, she's signing on with her new manager.
Hi.
Big day today. You get to sign the contract. I'm excited.
I am.
His name is Robert Bloom. She met him through a friend. He's sure she's got a real chance. Already, he's started planning her next performances. Finally, Anika signs the dotted line.
Okay.
Okay, you feel different?
Yes.
Not quite like a marriage contract. Okay.
Anika is relieved to have found a manager like Robert Bloom. He's already helped a lot of newcomers get their start on the Broadway stage. And he's well connected in the music scene.
Because now that we're signed, the first thing I have to do is we have to get her a work visa, an O1 visa that will allow her to officially work and get paid.
First, Anika will have to return to Germany for a few months to apply for her work permit. As soon as it's issued, she'll be back in New York, chasing her American dream.
I like this place. Beautiful place, the Four Seasons. It really is.
I meet Bernard Merl again at a New York trade fair. He and his team are introducing the app to visitors. He says business is running smoothly. We have 20 customers in Manhattan and Brooklyn, he tells me. It's great. We're earning real money. But we need to expand in Manhattan and really all of New York in the coming months to keep the business afloat. For Bernard, stereotypes mean good business. He benefits from the fact that Americans consider Germans very trustworthy when it comes to security matters. By next year, he expects to be in the black. He says that following his dream and moving to New York was worth it. Of course it was risky, but everything worked out, and now he and his crew are a success. It's everything they could have hoped for. The US remains a place that fascinates Bernard and many other Germans. Making their American dream a reality takes strong will, hard work, and a bit of luck.